Starting off today, this is 10th University. We created this podcast to find those rare people that are doing incredible things in the business world along with their personal lives. And today we got a special one. All right, so content creator, a beautician, makeup artist specifically, model, painter, drawer, does a little bit of everything. No other than Miss Bree.
What's up?
Yeah. So I first met Bree. We was on a video shoot, did a little music video together, and I was like, "Oh man, she cool, blah blah blah." Like, ain't no way she really out here painting too,
right?
And, does makeup. So I was like, I gotta sit down, have a conversation with you. Yeah. So what was that like? That first music video, like?
It was pretty cool. I never did that before. I told him if it wasn't any lingerie or any type of, twerking or anything like that, I would be down to do it, and it was fun.
Right, we got day jobs. Like we gotta go home after this.
Right.
We were saying off camera, I'm similar to that, and like just like with the videography stuff, like the minute people start pulling out the guns, flashing at the camera, the minute I'm like, I feel in danger, I'm like, okay, we might not need to do this. I don't know.
Right.
So how'd you get into like doing art? Like what was your day one process? What was that like?
I really got started with it in middle school. My dad was an artist, and he used to draw all the time. He used to have me and my brothers just sit in the living room, and he'll just have us stare at him for like an hour, 2 hours, and he'll do like self-portraits. And after that, I just really got a huge interest in it, and I just started YouTubing how to draw, and I just started liking it.
Still got some of them middle school artwork. Like, oh, you kept the files?
Man, I should have brought them.
I know me, my day one stuff, I'm like, we gotta get rid of that.
Right.
We gotta get rid of that.
Man, I took it all off my gallery though, but I have it at home.
That's what's up. So yeah, I'm curious. So middle school, like, did it start off with drawing, or like how did it first start?
It started off with drawing. I didn't start painting until maybe sophomore year, so about 4 or 5 years later. I used to bring like this big sketchbook to school. It was so embarrassing. Like, I would have a backpack on one side, just this big old sketchbook, and I would just be drawing in each class and stuff. It was just it was just a little hobby at first. Like, I didn't really think I would have a career doing it.
Yeah. I imagine like you was at that lunch table.
Yeah.
You was the one that
was one of those.
Probably the drawing on the hand too.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how it starts. So, painting. So, you said sophomore year, you started getting into it. Did you take a class that got you into it?
I did. I actually took art. It was Art 1. I took that sophomore year, and I began to stay in art all the way up until senior year. Freshman year, I wasn't in art. But the first year I was in there, we really didn't even focus on painting. We focused on like sculptures, drawing things that were outside. Like, we didn't really focus on painting. But I just started looking up YouTube videos and seeing that this is something I wanted to get into. This is something I'm pretty interested in. And I kind of got bored with drawing. Like, I'm like, black and gray. I want to do color now, so I wanted to start doing something more colorful.
Gotcha. Man, that's all. I dabbled a little bit in drawing.
Did you?
Just a little bit, but I thought painting was the opposite. I was like, I felt like everyone draws that flower. Everyone makes that mountain. I'm like, no.
You know that S everybody draw, that what is it? It's that thing.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
What is it called?
I know what you're talking about with the lines.
I used to draw that all the time. I don't even know what that is.
Okay. So when do you think that you started to get good at like painting?
I didn't start getting good until like maybe after high school. Like, while I was in high school, it was just like doodling. I used acrylic painting. It was just a little small hobby. I wasn't really doing nothing too crazy with it. And it was, now that I look at it all my work back then, it was so messy. I just I hate the I hate the beginning process. It's like that's how you were at first, and like you've progressed so much. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Nah, I was about to say I seen the Drake.
Oh, you seen it?
Yeah, like it was perfect timing because I'm like Drake is going in right now.
Right, with J. Cole.
J. Cole, K. Dot. I'm like, okay, so it's perfect.
It was J. Cole
timing.
and what, Kendrick?
Yeah. That's beefing together.
Yeah.
Yes, J. Cole, Rick Ross. Everyone is beefing with Drake.
I didn't even know Rick Ross was in it.
Look, it gets wicked.
He's like, it gets crazy. Okay.
But yeah, so walk me through like the creative process of like, you know, I want to make art and I got an idea. Like, how does that work?
Like for a painting?
Yeah, for a painting.
Okay. Well, lately I've only been doing people. I realize that's something I want to mainly perfect in, is doing like self-portraits. So I would go on, well, as far as watching like YouTube videos of like music videos of anybody, rappers or somebody, and I would take like a snapshot of like a scene in a video. That's how I got that Drake and J. Cole, because I took a snapshot from their first person shooter video. Right. And I just thought it was so clean when they did the when they were playing chess. I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna be hard. But as far as the process going, I screenshot it, I move it into my iPad, and I pick what size canvas I want, and I pretty much I draw out, I sketch out the whole process before I start painting on it. Usually some people do like a grid before they draw. It's like where they do the lines and the lines on the side, and it's easier that way, but I don't do that. I just look at it and I try to draw it and to get it as perfect as I can. And yeah, I pretty much start painting it after that.
Okay. Good deal. All right, so let's talk about the makeup, because you know, I'm doing my research about it. I'm trying to learn. I'm like, I didn't know what foundation was.
Really?
I didn't know anything about makeup.
Your mama didn't wear foundation.
My mom would be mad at me right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. She used to do Mary Kay. She used to sell the makeup and everything, and I'm still like lost. But I feel like I'm up to speed a little bit now.
Just a little bit, okay.
Just a little bit. I can hang a little bit. But yeah, so like, how'd you start getting into makeup?
I really started getting into makeup around the same time I got into drawing, like back in middle school. My mom used to be a cosmetology teacher, which is to do with hair, makeup, nails, and I was just always interested in how she did her makeup, and that's when I started YouTubing. And you know, I always get to researching stuff after I see that I like it, so I started YouTubing it, how to do eyeshadow, how to do foundation, and I pretty much it's pretty much secondhand nature to me now. I pretty much got a really big love for makeup. I love makeup more than anything. Gotcha.
So you started off, I'm assuming you started off working with yourself, and did it progress to like mom trusting you a little bit, or?
No, tell me why. She just let me do her makeup for the first time like last year.
Oh,
that's
man. Dudes, come on, boy.
It's been like 7 years. I'm like, mama, you still don't trust me? Like, come on, that's crazy. But I started doing it in middle school, and I would just go to school and get an outfit and match my makeup with my outfit. And that's pretty much how everybody started to know me as, oh, Bree, that's the girl who do makeup, if nobody knew who I was, like if they just said my name. And closer to high school, I started doing people's makeup in cosmetology class. I was in cosmetology for 4 years in high school. Okay. And I was really in there for makeup, but...
Can you get your license in high school?
Oh, for cosmetology?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But what I didn't know until like sophomore year is you don't need a license to do makeup. And this is that's why I was in cosmetology for, was to do makeup. Like I can do hair a little bit, but that's not a passion of mine. So I really felt like, I'm like, oh, I got in this for 4 years and it's not the passion that I wanted this, like I wanted the license for something I'm passionate about. But yeah.
Wow. So high school, we started getting good. Friends was like, you gotta go to Bree, take Bree
Yeah,
out, blah
pretty much
blah.
like referring me. A whole lot of teachers were referring me. I was just doing makeup in class, like for prom and um, for graduation pictures. I just pretty much doing it for anything, and I wasn't really promoting my makeup like that. I would just be like, "Hey, let me do your makeup," and they like, "Sure." I'm like, "Okay." I didn't really take it as like a business for real at first.
Okay. We're gonna get back to taking it as a business.
Okay.
But before that, I was curious. I was like, you said that you did makeup. You started doing your friends. Basically, like, what's the difference between like this will look good on you versus like what they want? Because I'm sure like there's kind of a clash sometimes.
Yeah. As far as the whole makeup look.
Yeah.
Yeah. I pretty much just let them know, it's always the customer is always happy, but I also want you to know like, hey, this is gonna look better for your skin, this is gonna look better for your complexion, and this is gonna let you like, I just keep it real with them. Like I am a blunt person, but I don't really mean to be rude or anything. I'd be like, hey, this gonna make you look washed out. I'm not gonna cap to you. Like, you need to we gonna go, yeah. We need to do something a little more colorful that's gonna match your vibe, and I think you're gonna like it. So
Okay, so you kind of take over. I like that. I like that. I mean, I ain't never did makeup, but I know like I done cut people's hair before, and I'm like, yeah. So they feel more comfortable when I'm like, I got your head. Trust me. Put your head down. They want to, right? Yeah. So when did you say with the makeup you started to take it as a business? It's no longer a hobby.
At first it was really just a second hand nature of mine. Like, I just love doing it. I wouldn't really like, if you would have knew me back in high school, I would only charge like $25 for a full makeup look, and it was only because I loved it so much, and I'm like, I'm not really tripping on it. But after a while, I started to realize like, hey, you're getting more advanced, you're spending more money on makeup, so you should probably start knowing your worth more and charging way more, because of your worth. So after a few years, I just started to do more research on getting a booth and getting a suite so I can do people's makeup outside of my house, because I used to have people come in my mom's apartment, but I feel like that's a little small area, and I be trying to be respectful of moms. It's a 2-bedroom. Yeah, that's what I'm like. I was like, yeah, I gotta find a way to get out of here, get out of Dodge, and get a suite so I can do people's makeup in there.
Okay. Yeah, so getting a suite. Mm-hmm. How easy was that process of getting a suite?
It's not as easy as it seems. I really was reaching out to a whole lot of people on Instagram. I had to go to TikTok and to see like who's in my area, how far are they from my house, how much do they charge for booth rent weekly, and I don't know, it was pretty difficult at first because I'm still trying to build my clientele, because I told you I wasn't doing it professionally before. So I would just ask people, hey, can I do your makeup? Can I do your makeup? So it was just a few people coming like left and right.
And this is what you do full time now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay.
So I do makeup full time. I pretty much paint part time. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. So you got the suite, you got consistent people coming in. Mm-hmm. Is that from like word of mouth, or like you did like some marketing to try to get more people?
It was pretty much from word of mouth, having people tell their friends, tell their families, like, hey, I be going to people at Walmart, hey, you should let me do your makeup, because I get compliments like of an everyday makeup look, and people like, oh, I like your makeup. I'm like, hey, here's my card, like, you should let me do your makeup. So it really just I try to make it fun, trying to get people in.
Okay. I like that. So on the art side, like, when did that become a business?
Right. When I started it, I never really took drawing as being a business. I took painting as a business maybe like 3 years in, or 2.5 years to 3 years in. At first, it was just like a little small hobby of mine. I would do it to just buy some time. I didn't really think it was going to be like, hey, I'm gonna make this a career. I'm gonna sell my art and everything like that. Oh, I thought you were gonna say something. Okay. But after a while, like my dad was coaching me, my mom was coaching me, and they like, hey, you could actually, get somewhere with this career, and you could actually do something with this. And after that, I started to do more research and to see where I could honestly take the art career and how I can make it all the way up until however long I do art, like 20 years from now, because I feel like art is like a up and down type of financial wise. Yeah, it's pretty I feel like it's pretty hard to maintain like a level of, what's the word? Yeah, because people, it depends on who you go to, but not a lot of people is gonna want to spend that much money on an art piece. And top artists, I feel like they charge like thousands of dollars, and I feel like you have to find the right surroundings to actually have people buy those off you. But I don't know, I feel like it'll be pretty worth it.
I was about to ask if money wasn't a factor, like what would you be doing with your time?
If money wasn't a factor, I believe I'll be doing like travel makeup. I'll be a travel makeup artist, like celebrity makeup artist. Whenever they need me, wherever, any state, I'll be there. Like I'll catch a flight. Yeah, like I'll catch a flight however long you need me. I feel like that'll be cool. And other than that, traveling places to get my art out there more, meeting more people, doing more social networking in other states, because I want my art to be well known, like all over the United States.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's similar to that. Like I imagine myself like traveling on the road, speaking to people, going to different conferences, just holding events. I just feel like the growth is in the travel.
Yeah. Like what's that guy named who do interviews for? He interviewed Cat Williams.
Oh, Shannon Sharp.
Yeah. He's cool.
I like him. Oh, that's all right there.
That's all.
I definitely watch his podcast and take a little bit of it. Him. Shout out to Earn Your Leisure too. I love them. Social Proof podcast. Once you tapped in, you can appreciate it. 85 South Show. So you got to meet him. Like, look. Tell me about that experience. How did that go?
Let's see. So prior to meeting them, they had a show in Houston December 3rd, and I actually was thinking about doing this like a couple months ahead of time. I'm like, okay, let's see who I can meet and who I can get more exposure to. And I actually follow like DC Young Fly and Carlos Miller and all these people, and I seen them post that they was going to be in Houston. And I love 85 South Show, so I love it so much.
I've been to 3 of their concerts.
Really? This is my first one. I'm definitely gonna go again. Chico Bean's my favorite.
Oh
yeah.
Chico, look. And he hits you with some history too.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so I seen one of them posted, and I'm looking to see like, okay, when the tickets, how much are they? Cause I'm going. Cause if it's in Houston, that's only 3.5 hours. I'm gonna pull up and I'm gonna go. And I seen they had meet and greet tickets, and I was like, this could open a really big door for me, and I think I'm gonna try to get them to see these paintings. And this was before I did the paintings, of course, but I was like, I think I immediately had like a vision of me handing them all 3 different paintings and getting a video with that. So like about 2 months before their show, I started drawing out the canvases, and I did DC first, and then I did Carlos, and then I did Chico Bean, and then I had artist block. Like I was so scared to start. It's like the fear of failure, pretty much. I was afraid to like start and then it's not gonna come out how I wanted to. Like, I'm actually gonna meet these people, so I'm like, I don't want to mess up, pretty much. But I pretty much got started with it, and I started painting like 24, 23 days before.
So you're really prepared.
Yeah, so not really, because it really take like a month, about 3 to 4 weeks for one painting for me, because I had a job at that time, like a full-time job. So anytime I would get off, I would be at like
touch on it a little bit. Let's go to sleep. We need that, and let's come back.
I'm a bit stressed out a little bit. So yeah, but I had got it done. I had ended up going down to Houston with my brother the day of. I actually pulled an all-nighter the day of to like do final touches on the painting. And when we got there, we get out the car, and I'm asking everybody, I'm like, I don't know. The only factor I feel like is that I'm not going to be able to bring these canvases in because it's a financial center. And so I was really like discouraged the whole drive there. And me and my brother were like, maybe we should go ask somebody up front before we take the canvases up there. And I took my purse out of the car, and we're walking up there, and somebody already turned us around. They like, you might as well go put your purse back in the car because they're not even allowing purses inside.
Whoa.
So I'm like, I just knew something was about to happen. Like, I was already like discouraged at that point.
Weeks of preparation.
Yeah, I'm like, please God, like, it's me again. Don't tell me I just drove to Houston 4 hours and worked on these paintings day and night to not be able to present this. Like, but so we get in. I couldn't bring the paintings in, of course, and I was listening. We was pretty much asking around, asking security guards, like, hey, you think we could bring these in? Everybody's like, I don't know. I'll ask around, but nobody was like, yeah, you could bring them in. So I pretty much gave up on the intent to bring them in after
It's all the same day.
This is all the same day.
Wow, like I done went through 5 different emotions with you, like what?
Yeah, so I'm like, man, I'm pretty much, I don't know what to do, but I did record the paintings before I had drove out to Houston. Like I recorded them when I finished it. I posted it on my Instagram. So we already done finished watching the show and everything, and now we're in line for the meet and greet. We go inside when we're finally up front. We go inside. It's Carlos on the right, DC in the middle, Chico Bean on the left, and then security guards all the way around. And they had like the big camera right there so they could take everybody's picture. And I go in there, and I just decided to show them the video. So I was like, I'll just show them the video and hope they like it. I didn't really expect them to say like if I could bring it in or not. So I showed them. I was like, man, I'm sad, man. I just did a painting for y'all and I can't even bring it in. They was like, let me see. So I showed them, and they're like, oh, that's you? Like, so they already seen it before I got in there. So that was already like a great moment for me. And they was like, why you didn't bring it in? I was like, they wouldn't even let us bring our purse in. So
they was like, go in the car, go get that. Yeah, go get it. That sound like DC. DC probably was like, hey, clear the line. Like, listen, she need to go get that.
Right. So pretty much Carlos and DC had told one of their security guards if they could walk with me outside to the car to get the canvases. So I went to go get them, and I came back in, and they had moved them to another department. And when I tell you they was smoking and everything, I was like shocked. I'm like, y'all not scared of the white people? Like they not
they know what they signed up for. Right. As soon as they saw it on the list, they were like 85. Yeah.
Y'all know what it is. So I brought it in there. I had my brother recording, and it was pretty cool. Chico Bean, he was like, this is so great, like especially with your age, you did a lot of hard work on it. I love it. Carlos loved it. And then DC, he's so goofy. He was literally at the threshold of the door, and he came in like leaning, looking at the painting, and he had walked to it like funny. He was like, that looked like goddamn me. I was like, I just could not help but laugh. But it was a pretty amazing moment. Like, that's a core memory. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, no, that's dope. that would just give me so much motivation. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, for the next month and a half, like I got all the juice I need, you know, like yeah.
Right.
So like with your makeup, actually with your makeup and your art, how was it finding the pricing for it?
Finding the prices. As far as my makeup, I would pretty much refer to other top makeup artists that I follow, and I would be like, okay, let me like navigate what is the average people charge for a natural glam, what is the average people would charge for a full face, and I pretty much differentiated it from that, and on top of how much experience I have and the type of makeup products that I have, I started to charge off of that. And as far as the art, I pretty much started charging off of the experience I have. I still feel like I'm pretty early with it, so that's why I still only charge like a few hundred. I feel like when I get more experience and I have more time, like maybe like 7-8 years in, I'm only 4 years in right now, so when I get like 7-8 years in, I'll probably start charging a few thousand for the paintings.
I see. Now I'm gonna get something early. All right.
Right. I be telling her like, why y'all don't want to? Y'all better get something early before I start charging for real. Like, I'm gonna be charging an arm and a leg. That's what they gonna be saying.
But yeah, I wanted to ask you a question. Like I read this book called the 10x principle. It's basically like if you could grow 10 times bigger, like what would it look like? You know, so for you, if you can grow 10 times bigger, or you had a team, like what would that look like?
A team as far as the makeup or the art?
Either one.
I feel like as far as the art, I want to be like a big time artist. So billboards, commercial shows, like I want to do it big. I want people to like, a whole lot of networking, going into art shows and being able to talk to other people about my experience with art. And I feel like I would just do a whole lot more than I do right now. Let me see. As far as my makeup,
it's a little difficult because it's like it's like makeup is an art as well. So it's like, you know, a certain way of how to do it. It's hard to replicate that.
Yes, that's what I'm like. If I had a team, I probably would do the same thing as far as commercial shows and previewing it, talking to people about it.
Social media, has somebody else do that.
I eventually want to sell my own products when it comes to like eyeshadow and stuff like that.
That's it right there, man.
So that's what I want to do: sell my own products and also sell my own paint at one point in time.
Good deal. Okay, so one thing we ask all our guests is what is one way that they help serve people? So for me, it's this podcast, you know, just creating content, creating, you know, a way for people to educate themselves, you know. So what would you say is one way that you help serve people?
Serve people as far as my business?
Yeah, it could be business, could be like you giving back or anything like that.
I usually serve people by saying like, hey, you know, I started off doing art because of my dad, and my dad had passed away. So it's pretty much giving motivation, like to never stop, you know, working on the thing you love and for who you love. And I just feel like that will help out a lot of people.
Good deal. That's authentic. I like that. It's only 1 out of 10 make it in. It's been 10th University. We're out.